So, welcome back to Articulates Anonymous Wordplay Wednesdays. I'm your host and manager of Mayhem, Chai. This is episode 3, and today we're getting into something heavy, beautiful, and inevitable. So, before we introduce our guest, I want to check in with my co hosts. It's been a crazy busy past few weeks for me that I don't think I've had a proper sleep in days. So, we will, Nike, Mike, how are we doing today? Are we feeling more like humans or robots this week?
Medyo robot ang pakiramdam
Oh.
ngayon. Ang daming ginagawa sa
Hmm.
buhay, nakaka-robot.
Yeah. I don't know
Trying to
what
be
it is
human,
about
trying to be
Yeah,
human
yeah.
lang.
So, here at AA, our core mission has always been about immortalizing the Filipino experience. So we believe poetry isn't just words on a page, it's history, it's
Yep.
blood, it's memory, and it's culture. And that's why we're putting our poetry on the blockchain so our stories are locked in eternity's cage and safe across generations. But as we do this, we're staring down the barrel of an age where AI can generate infinite content in seconds. So, joining me to unpack this is an artist from the South Spoken Collective who also brings a deep background in IT. Joel, welcome to the show. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello. Thank you for having me. Yes, I'm glad to do this podcast with you. And yeah, so my name is Joel. I am a creative writer. Uh, I've been writing poems and short stories for quite some time, mainly for myself, but in the recent years, I've been delving more into, putting out my work out to the world. But I'm also I'm an IT professional for over 2 decades now. And recently, I've been doing a lot of work in the AI space. And what I normally do on a daily basis at work is I assist our enterprise clients in designing AI solutions for various business processes, how to automate things, how to generate content that would help them increase their productivity, and at the same time, we help them properly govern and secure their AI tools. Yeah, that's what I do.
Can I ask a
Cool.
question real quick para lang merong context yung mga viewers natin? You
Okay.
mentioned, Joel, na part of your day is you help enterprise clients adopt AI tools, right?
Hmm.
So
Yes.
that's probably agents in the wild. And you also help them generate prompts, right?
Well, that's part of it. Yes, that's pretty much part of it. It's a multi-dimensional thing. We work with clients who are in various stages of their AI journey.
Yeah.
So there are clients who have already been investing on AI tools. Their employees are already using them, and some are just starting to explore it. So we are my company, or at least with me, I help them throughout their AI journey, making them more mature in their AI
Yeah.
adoption. Mm.
How would you allocate your day? Like, do you spend 60% of your day working with clients to help them run their AI tools, platforms, agents? Would you
Uh,
say around that number?
well, give it around 3/4 of my time. I work with
Oh,
clients.
wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
That's a
then of
lot.
course I do a lot of
Yeah.
internal stuff and some innovation stuff too.
Uh,
But mainly I interface with clients. Yes.
okay. Yeah, so I asked that question para yung readers natin maintindihan nila yung speed ng
Hmm.
adoption dito sa
Hmm.
Pilipinas. If
Uh-huh.
75% of your day, right, is geared towards helping clients adopt AI, I am
Hmm.
sure others are
Hmm.
That
doing
says
that
a
as
lot.
well. Yeah, that says a
Exactly.
lot. Exactly.
Exactly.
Mm.
Hmm.
I like that we're
Well.
starting by setting the reality on the ground. Actually, in my day job
Hmm.
as well, I work as a PR consultant for companies and I consult for some massive B2B enterprise tech companies too. And I think
Hmm.
you may know some of them, but I'm not at liberty to share the names of some of these companies. But because of that, I see a lot of the corporate spin, marketing hype, and we talk so much about generative AI, agentic AI specifically.
Mm-mm.
I
Hmm.
think that's one of the biggest topics that have been going on around
Yeah.
these enterprise tech companies that we're consulting
Hmm.
for. But I want to strip all that away for now. From your dual perspective as an IT professional and an artist, where do you think we are really in the AI cycle right now? Like, we've heard, oh, we will say that the speed is here. we are like
Hmm.
we are like in the middle of the AI age. As in, that's what I think. But for you,
Uh-huh.
do you think we're in the early innings, the midpoint, or are we looking at this the wrong way?
There's really no wrong or right way to look at AI, really. But what I could say is, we have already moved, at least how that's how I see it. No, we have already moved past the novelty phase,
Yeah.
Mhm.
where
Mm-hmm.
AI is something exciting, something new,
Mhm.
and people are just, suddenly got addicted to using it. We
Mhm.
are now at a phase where we start to turn novelty into utility, where
Mhm.
it now becomes part of
Perfect.
our daily workflows. It becomes something that is, you know, trying to be an indispensable tool to help do our tasks, and free up more of our time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that's where we're at right now. Well, AI as a whole, it's a very broad, and should I say, a large uh, body of knowledge that has its roots back in the 60s.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with the with of course with uh there are various domains of an or of artificial intelligence, and we've been using AI for so long that we do not really call it AI. Some call it
Mhm.
data analytics, some call it statistics, some call it machine learning. But then there are new um, concepts and applications of artificial intelligence that have become popular, and in the 20 starting with 2022 up to 2024, generative AI was the talk of the town.
Mhm.
And then starting with 2025, it's now agentic AI.
Agentic. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this year, the conversation is now shifting towards autonomous agents. So we can
Damn.
expect more and more. We can expect more and more innovations in the near future as AI models become a lot more powerful, and we find more ways to at the same time make this AI models and the infrastructure that runs these more efficient in
Mhm.
terms of power consumption,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
etc. There would be a lot more applications around it. So the really the future of AI is promising, and that goes to it also applies with how AI is applied in the creative space.
Can I just say something that I remembered? My client yesterday, I was with a client, and the
Hmm.
funny thing is, he's not even it. This isn't one of our enterprise tech clients. They are
Hmm.
a global F&B brand, and one thing
Hmm.
that he said, I was very interested in, because he said that we are AI is at its worst right now. I mean, I said that really,
Ah,
really bad way.
Yeah.
Like,
That
this
makes
is the
sense.
worst. This is the
okay.
worst that
Yeah.
AI
Yeah. Yeah.
can get from here on out. It
Yeah.
keeps improving day by day. And when he said that, I was like, AI can mean anything, like what Joel mentioned. It's more than just generative AI, more than just autonomous agents and all that. But it is at its worst right now, and moving forward, it's gonna become a better version of itself as it progresses. So,
Hmm.
to piggyback on what you mentioned, Joel, how do you see the Philippine scene specifically reacting to this? Like, do you think local artists, businesses are catching on, or is there still a disconnect?
Um. Okay. Kasi uh, I'll be, providing some background then, no, about how
Yes,
the
please. Yes,
Philippines is
please.
trying to catch up with the, with AI innovation. Of course, no, much of the tools that we're using right now are from the West. And
Mhm.
because we are also building our own framework for governance and security, with of course there's a lot of dimensions about it, notwithstanding yung mga geopolitical considerations of AI use. Um, we want to build our own infrastructure and um, and the guardrails for us to use AI very, very safely. So
Mhm.
there are investments here in the country to provide our own AI tools, meaning there are some data centers and some
Oh,
companies that
talaga?
are bringing their AI. Yeah. Well,
Very
I've
nice.
I've been working with them for a long time now, and there had been so many applications already that are running uh, within the country. So you don't need to connect to a public cloud that is hosted somewhere else to run your AI workloads
Mhm.
to generate content and automate tasks through AI that is hosted somewhere else. We now have it here. Still, however, uh, I would say that we are still very conservative in terms of its usage. Because again, um, much of the AI that we see at the moment, uh, is the one are the ones that are being run by places that already have mature use of AI. And as much as we
Yeah,
want to
tama.
bring that, and as much as we want to bring them here, sadly our infrastructure is not yet that mature to support that.
Mhm.
Um, um, we still don't have the scale.
Mhm.
We don't have yet the infra at scale to really run massive AI workloads to really power very um, intensive use cases that would benefit millions of people, millions of enterprises here. So there's still I'd like to think there's still a lot of growing pains here, and I know, and yet we're pushing ourselves towards that. It really would take time. Um, marami ng mga gumagamit ng AI ngayon. Right now, what we do normally is to really guide them to ensure that their AI use is within the are working within the boundaries of company policies and national laws and regulations. So we help them create the governance and security frameworks. So it's a lot more theoretical and practical in nature rather than tool specific. So that's also part of the things that I do is to do conducting workshops, doing training, and doing assessments for companies on how ready they are and really adopting AI and assessing where they at already in their AI journey and how to bring them from this point to this point.
To an
So
excellent, yeah.
ganun yung mga ano namin. So that's what I do. Um, and yeah, that's I'd like to say that we are still conservative. Bottom line, um, we are still, inching our way towards uh being an innovator in the global space for AI.
Okay.
That actually
Mhm.
brings us to the elephant in the room, work.
Mhm.
So there's an ongoing debate about whether AI is a tool or a replacement. We actually
Mhm.
organized a webinar around this specific topic for one of our
Mhm.
clients. So, Joel, do
Okay.
you think AI is primarily augmenting workers right now, empowering them to do more? Because you see this a lot in your work, and or is it
Uh-huh.
quietly replacing them while we're not looking?
Well, it's
That's a good question.
happening both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, in one hand, um, AI was really introduced to them with the objective and the intent to augment the workforce. um, bringing them with tools and what they call co-pilots to,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
to assist them in some processes that could be automated or could be shortened to as much a shorter time, especially whenever they're doing research or doing analysis. They're really helpful tools because you don't need to sift through lots of data and spend time just to get the right answer. You get them in seconds, if not minutes, or if minutes, if not seconds, rather. On the other hand, some uh, some workforce, of course, that already can be automated through AI are already being replaced. Now, um, that phenomenon, of course, is expected. But what companies are doing really is once they identify what processes could be automated and and wouldn't need any human work anymore. What they do, of course, with their employees is that they upskill them. That's the usual imperative. They upskill their employees to train them to make them do more meaningful and um, uh, more work intensive tasks that require more human thinking or critical thinking, and that's a good thing for me. I see it as a you know as it helps with their careers too. Kasi now, because they don't need to to automate things, or sorry, they don't need to do menial, laborious things anymore. Now they're being trained to do more work that requires critical thinking, and that's actually good. Now they raise their own pay scale, so ano na, so their own pay grade. So eventually they will have to the ano kasi it has a domino effect eh. So companies invest in AI, they get the benefits of automating AI, meaning mas naging productive sila with
Yep.
lesser people, and now they upskill their people on the other hand, and now they're doing more they're doing more thinking intensive work,
Yeah.
and they're paid better.
Okay. I'd like to
That's what's
spend a
happening.
bit of time here dito sa topic na
Ah,
to kasi it
okay.
affects everyone. It affects everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe dyan sa nakikita ni Joel sa mga corporates dito sa Philippines, they can afford to upskill their workers. Pero
Uh-huh.
like tama 'di ba? Pero like can you upskill every software programmer na maapektuhan ng AI? At some point, you only need one
Ah,
or two
okay.
software people na mag-orchestrate ng ano, 'di ba? Ng AI agents
Mm-hmm.
mo. You don't need 100 of them. Another thing,
Uh-huh.
another thing is may lumabas na research ang Anthropic kahapon. Anthropic yung gumawa ng Claude. Ang
Yep.
top 3 na jobs na kino-cover na ng AI starting from 75% it's computer programming. So ibig
Mm-hmm.
sabihin nun 75% ng tasks ng isang computer programmer ginagawa na ni Claude, around
Mm-hmm.
70% for customer service representatives, and around 68% para sa data key loggers. Those three
Mm-hmm.
jobs, yung tatlong
Mm-hmm.
jobs na yon, yan ang tatlong malaking jobs sa VA freelancing dito sa Philippines. Gusto
Okay.
makuha yung ano ninyo, yung point of view nyo dito kasi itong tatlong to, yung mga nagpupunta ditong Westerners to hire Filipino VAs for
Mm-hmm.
$5 an hour ganyan. I'm just concerned that they're coming here to
Okay.
save up, to save up on expenses. Why would they need Filipinos when they can automate those three types of job? Yung tatlong yun malaking part na ng VA economy yun dito sa Philippines. So I'd like to hear your thoughts there, Mike, Chai.
Is that question for me
Siya,
or
it
for
also
the rest
applies
of
to
the
you, pero magandang umikot yung discussion kasi madaming like
uh
maapektuhan kasi, like for example, si Mike, alam ko nag-VA siya.
mm-hmm.
Siya also does something, a little bit of social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so pati yung maapektuhan kasi pati yung mga task mo doon,
Mm-hmm.
mako-cover na rin ng AI, ma-automate na niya.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Ako may
So what are your thoughts on that? Go Mike.
right. Right, may nawala akong client due to yun nga, na nag-shift siya sa paggamit ng AI But ang na-pick up ko dun sa mga nasabi ni Joel, yung need talaga ng constant na pag-upskill. Ah, yung pag-pinpoint kung ano yung susunod na skill na in demand
Yeah.
is by itself a skill, you know? Yung
Yes.
para
Mhm.
malaman mo kung ano kailangan ng market. But nakakalungkot na syempre yung edukasyon sa Pilipinas hindi naman maka-keep up lagi ito sa pangangailangan
Mhm.
or sa demand ng market. But of course, that's another story for another time.
Mhm.
I'd like to play the devil's advocate here. If everyone's thinking the same thing of upskilling, right? You
Mhm.
will all do
Ah.
the same thing. Everyone will be doing that, and everyone's fighting for the same job. So what do you do then, right? Kasi yan ang
Mhm.
iniispiyo ng mga ng mga technologists. You have to upskill to
Mhm.
be relevant. But everyone's upskilling. How many people do you need? Do you
Mhm.
really need as much people right now? Yan, sige, go.
I think this is where we can start, you know, looking looking at work
Arigato, Dave.
differently. Um, what I meant was, yeah, sure. Some of the, some of the, well, if not a lot of VA work is being replaced by AI.
Mhm.
AI also provides the tools kasi for freelancers to start um, creating business models and rethinking on how they want to offer their services that are that are automated and
Yes.
novel and
Mm-hmm.
can out and can be provided to another market segment that's
Mm-hmm.
that's still largely untapped. There are just so many tools out there that would help you understand ano pa yung pwede nating maibigay na serbisyo and ano pa yung kaya natin with AI as well, no? Um, we siguro for me it's more of really looking at um becoming more of a an having had that entrepreneurial
Yeah.
Mhm.
thinking,
Yes.
entrepreneurial mindset and entrepreneurial spirit. Because if we always wanted to to just work as a freelance, that's fine. But there's of course you do understand the risks of just working as a VA. So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you have all these tools at your disposal. Start creating a business that you can offer to to other people, no, and that would that's again that's an opportunity for us to become more entrepreneurial rather than just living by the peso. So
Uh,
yun yung yun yung naisip ko na pwede nating pwede nating
yan yung road na pwede
shift.
nating i-take, no? Yeah, I actually
Uh
like what you just said. Para
mhm
lang hindi broad masyado yung suggestion mo. Kasi in talagang future
mhm
natin, everyone has to be
mhm
entrepreneurial. Everyone has to
mhm
have a voice. Yun yung AI eh. I guess para
mhm
lang advice sa madaming tao, start with with this first step. Build your own
mhm
digital twin. That's it.
yeah
Build your own digital twin. That's the first step. And from there, makipag-usap ka doon sa digital twin mo, bounce ideas off, and then makakagawa ka ng business mo. That's
This
how I
will
see
yeah
do
like the
it.
easiest way to
mhm
do it.
I've been hearing that term a lot at work recently. And I just would have to say what Joel said. I really like that because at one point or another, we have to think about this. This is actually an opportunity for us. Like, the age of AI is an opportunity for us to not be lazy, to think more
Yeah, yeah.
about
mhm
how we can, like,
exactly
Exactly.
Hundred.
we have all
Exactly.
that
Hundred.
freedom.
Oh.
We have all this freedom. It gave us so much time to think about something else. And, for the longest time, we've been busy with trivial tasks. And now that AI is here to do it, honestly, I am I am 50-50 sa AI because of the impact that it has on
mhm
our water reserves. But that's a topic for
Na-debunk
another.
na yon. Hindi na sila gumagamit masyado ng water ngayon.
Let's talk about it more
uh
offline.
well
But
yeah
I want to hear more about that. But
Sige.
yeah, I think that it's the perfect opportunity for us to learn how to think again, learn how to think of new ways to adapt to this new age because it's it's new for everyone because every day there's something new that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new
Yes.
improvement coming out. So what can you do to keep up? What can you do to make sure that you stay relevant? Because inevitably we will have to live with AI, and we
Mm-hmm.
don't want to devalue the we don't want to devalue human labor. We don't want to
Mm-hmm.
devalue the capabilities of humans. And we don't just want to
Mm-hmm.
become editors of AI. So what can we do about it? And I don't know the answer to that yet, but that's
Mm-hmm.
something for us to think about. And that's something really interesting when you think about
Yeah.
it. So I like to throw this to Nike naman. Like, what are your thoughts around this?
Okay, my point of view is about it is weird kasi coming from my background, yes, I use AI but mostly for office works.
Mm-hmm.
Drafting emails, drafting solutions, and as much data, whatever data I have, I'll just plug it in, I'll upload it. I'll as articulately as possible, I'll try to explain the problem, suggest the solution, and things like that. That's for work. But with my current situation, if you can see, paano mo gagawin ng AI yan? A bunch of dudes lifting a stick, right? Na mukhang
Well,
tech.
give it.
So,
Gusto ko
Well,
yung
give it
view,
3 years.
saktong-sakto
There's
eh.
give it 3 years. There's going to be a physical AI na. That's
I
the
heard of
next wave.
yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about that. Also, just to add on to my
Mm-hmm.
current scenario, I'm into farming. I was looking into
Mm-hmm.
AI on the timing of water, like
Mm-hmm.
when when will it provide water for certain vegetables and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly where I stand with AI. I know how to use it. I think maybe siguro I'm using it 10% lang of its maximum full capacity. So
Uh, mm-hmm.
aside from that, I don't have any quarrels with it. Eh. Like with what Vivo was saying, you upskill. Okay, sige. That's one of the solutions. Sige. Pero yun
Mm-hmm.
nga, everybody, all companies cannot do that. So merong, ano ba ang term doon? Spoils of war? Yung ba ang term doon? Kasi parang whoever will not get upskilled, sila yung may iwan.
Naiiwan talaga sila.
Mm-hmm.
Oo.
Redundant.
Oo.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so,
Yeah,
but
redundancy.
ano pa rin yun, tao pa rin yun, meron silang experience, they can probably do something else. So
Yeah.
siguro ngayon,
Mm-hmm.
ano na lang siguro, nagsistick na lang dun sa idea we're in. I invested so much time into this company and I got replaced by a fucking program. Doon siguro yung masakit eh. Pero in general, like literally, even Shai said it, it's inevitable eh. Kasi every business will try to be as efficient as possible. Di ba nga, as efficient as machines nga example,
Ah.
di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
um, with where we are right now, siguro, ang pinakaunang hurdle is acceptance of being replaced
Yeah,
ng
true.
AI. Okay?
True.
Kasi in any scenario, in any platform,
Yeah.
acceptance is
Agree.
very difficult. Is very difficult. So lalo na ngayon nga vested ka tapos
Mm.
pinalitan ka ng hindi mo naiintindihan. That
Mhm.
will fucking mess up your head, 'di ba? So let's start with the idea ng digital twin. I like that. That's the first time I heard it.
I hear it a lot at work.
Yeah,
Oh
can
my
can I
God.
have multiple personalities as twins?
Yeah. Siguro ako meron ako 6.
Oh, see, exactly. That's what I was
Wait,
thinking.
wait.
Meron ako
I
6.
Wait lang. Since Nike mentioned it na, that it's the first time he's heard of the term. Joel, would you like to share with us what exactly does it mean? Kasi
Yeah.
there may be
Mm-hmm.
a listener or two or maybe a lot of them.
Would you like to take this?
Wow, ang
Parang
dami
mas
na natin.
maganda
Oh,
yung
okay.
magiging
Okay.
Joel eh. So,
Okay.
ano ko na lang, duktong na lang ako
Ah,
in the end pag kulang if ever.
okay. Sige. Um, this is ano I'm not trying to, of course, change the world's view about digital twins, but the okay. I need to clarify certain things. Digital twins are actually um the yeah, the term digital twins. Uh, is a misnomer. If if you are okay, sa ano kasi in the in the AI space, and especially when you're talking about the industrial applications of AI, a digital twin means you are may specific applications kasi ang digital twin. Let's say for manufacturing, you need to monitor your equipment, your facilities, your assets. You need to create digital twins so that virtually you create you recreate them in the virtual space, and you simulate certain scenarios so that you
Yeah, yeah.
can understand what's the I know what's the the functional outputs of your
Yeah.
actual of your actual machinery, actual equipment, actual factories. And the main and the usual main um application of a digital twin is predictive maintenance and asset optimization. And there are various applications out there. Now, when you say digital twin, kasi, strictly, if I'm going to be very, purist about, about AI parlance, that's it. It's actually a, a specific concept for specific applications. I think what you're referring to are co-pilots.
Yeah, oo,
Co-pilots
tama
meaning
ka
you
dun.
have you have a, you have someone assisting you, not necessarily cloning you or creating a digital twin. I mean, it's rather absurd for you to create your own digital twin. Meaning kasi, pag kung gusto mong gumawa ng digital twin, everything about you,
Yeah.
Yep.
is recreated virtually. So, parang,
immersive.
parang nangyari, parang nagiging, gumagawa ka ng sarili mong avatar.
Para kang
And
ano,
then,
Mm-hmm.
again,
The
that's
Sims.
another,
Regarding with Sims.
Gusto ko
that's
yun, gusto ko yun.
another, that's another concept in AI that, of course, that also has its own specific applications too. But since we're talking about that, that concept already of co-pilots, okay, I'm gonna call them co-pilots from this point on.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
we have to know, ako kasi ito so balik tayo dun sa ginagawa ko. Siyempre, in the creative space, you try to uh, uh, create content, or create artistic work,
Mhm.
but you at some point throughout the whole creative process you need help, diba? Before AI, what's your co-pilot? Either you would um get a thesaurus to see ano yung
Yeah.
magandang
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
uh
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Google
Mm-hmm.
search mo
Mm-hmm.
ano
yan.
yung
Mm-hmm.
okay, ano yung magandang word to to fill out a particular line in your poem, o di kaya you read a lot of a lot of literary stuff to to help inspire you, or you get a mentor or you get a friend
Mhm.
to read your work and get some feedback, diba? Now the AI Copilot helps you do that, but because you have an AI Copilot, there's this misconception now na parang hindi na naging original work mo.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Now, to a certain extent, if from a certain standpoint, that might look true. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, you still decide on what to put on your creative
Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah. Agree.
So, the
100%.
Exactly.
co-pilot,
Uh,
the cre-
Exactly.
the AI co-pilot mainly or merely suggests what will be a good uh artwork to put, and you make the decision on whether you want to put it or not. And the decision is yours, and therefore it becomes your work ultimately. So I don't think that co-pilots um, are a threat in the
Mhm.
creative space for and especially for creatives, because you still control kasi the thought process, the creative process. You just have someone else helping you out.
mm.
Hindi mo naman ako kasi masyado akong ambisyoso. Gusto kong magpa critique sa mga kaibigan kong writers, so, na na talaga batikan, 'di ba? But I don't have them 24/7. I cannot ask say si Butch Dalisay to see ano, tama po ba tong ano ko, tong sinulat ko, ano po ba masasabi niyo, or get another good friend of mine who has already published so many books. That's next to impossible. Now you have these tools, to help you um think. And ano din kasi, as a writer, you have the ano, again, you have the agency to um uh decide on what you want to write or what you want to work and produce. The AI is just merely a tool. So yeah, co-pilots are there to really assist you, probably even speed up your creative process, but ultimately you own the work.
Yeah.
You know,
Gusto ko
Mhm,
i-add dyan, merong
mhm,
podcast na lumabas si Ben Affleck with Joe Rogan. Sabi ni Ben Affleck,
mhm,
never magkakaroon ng AI writers, so at least now, wala pang AI writer sa Hollywood because AI sucks.
mhm,
AI sucks
mhm,
because it always reverts to the mean. So kung ano ang ibig sabihin nun, yung average na tao, yung anong thought
mhm.
process niya, dun siya na-train. So yung lalabas sa
Yeah.
mga ideas na lalabas niya, galing sa mga average people din yun. And I found that interesting kasi
Mhm,
I found this study of involving 100,000 humans, participants. They went head
mhm,
to head with AI in terms of creativity, specifically language.
mhm,
So mas magaling ang AI sa average person in terms of
mhm,
creativity. Pero
mhm,
above average yung creativity ng person, malayo na. Lamang na lamang yung above average person sa AI. Top 10% masyadong malayo ang ability ng humans compared sa creativity ng AI. So anong ibig sabihin nun?
mhm.
Kahit magsabi sa yung AI, ang binibigay niya lang naman sa iyo is ideas and it's not
Uh-huh.
stellar.
Yeah.
Like it's not great. Ikaw pa rin, at the end of the day, may writer's block ka, kulang ka sa ideas,
Mhm,
pwede ka mag-bounce off ng ideas dun sa co-pilot mo, and then sabi nga ni
mhm.
Joel, ikaw pa rin magde-decide kung anong direction pupuntahan mo.
you
Yep.
know, this
Right,
is the
right.
perfect setup for for this segue because this brings us to the core of why AA exists. So if we're
Yeah,
entering a world where AI can generate infinite poems, songs, essays, then content itself is no longer scarce. So, Joel, in a world of infinite generation, what do
Mhm.
you think actually becomes scarce? What becomes valuable?
Ah, for me, still it's the what it's not even that scarce really. Um, the the proof of a lived life, no,
Mhm.
the proof of a lived life
Yeah, yeah,
is what we put out to the world.
yeah,
Okay, and that's something AI cannot do. No, we have
Yeah.
this is this is
100%.
yeah,
Amen.
the
Yeah.
AI can can be creative, no, it can uh help, it can articulate words, but it doesn't have thought, no. And uh what I also do see kasi, especially in the current generation now, we crave for vulnerability, for
Mhm.
openness, for
Authenticity. Yeah,
authenticity and
yeah,
being genuine, no.
yeah.
Um, as humans, we are equipped and we are capable of creating those words that carry weight and
Mhm.
literary weight that is born out of the lived experiences of people.
right.
So we as creatives, we live our creative lives, we live our lives, and the world lives with us too. So I don't think there's scarcity
Yeah, yeah.
really. Uh, AI still, generating a lot of slop out there. And it's easy to detect. No, it's
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
to
yeah.
detect AI
It
slop. So I don't think until such time that AI, maybe in the near future, but especially when artificial general intelligence and artificial super intelligence, or AGI and ASI respectively, starts to really emerge, and that still remains to be seen though.
Yeah, yeah.
If it really can,
Yeah.
if it really can match uh, actual human intelligence. I believe that AI will not and should not replace human creativity. It's just again, like I said earlier, it just helps us augment our um, our creative process, but will not replace our creative work.
Okay.
Becomes a tool rather than a
Hmm.
competition. Which a lot of
Yeah.
people feel
Hmm.
like, parang ayun
Hmm.
yung ano eh, yun yung perspective ngayon ng mga tao. It becomes a
Hmm.
competition because of
Hmm.
the way that companies are reacting to it. Because of course, businesses pa rin sila at the end of the day, and they want to
Hmm.
maximize profit,
Hmm.
efficiency.
Profits.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
when you look at it from an individual perspective, you can use it as a tool. You can use it to help upskill you. Like yung upskilling, actually learning how to maximize yung AI, your co-pilot, will actually help
Uh-huh.
you reach more heights than you can possibly imagine. You just have
Hmm.
to figure out how.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a
Spend some
particular
time.
set of
Yeah.
skills,
Hmm.
you have a particular set of experiences. How can you make it work for you in the most
Right,
perfect?
right. But allow me to may question lang ako kasi if you remember like a couple of months back, may pushback sa AI led by of course Senator Amy
Bernie.
Marcos.
Ah, si Amy pala.
Okay.
May pushback no regarding AI. I think nandun siya sa labor angle. Hindi pa mas sa
Mm.
creative angle eh, no? But Joel, anong pinaka worst na statement ang narinig mo to vilify AI?
Um, Worst statement coming from our very very good politicians or from
Or in
from the
general,
general populace.
Uh, from
it's say
all
either.
angles, from all
Ah,
directions. Because
the
I can
stupid.
sense na you napaka-tough ng trabaho mo to sell AI, no?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Anong pinaka-worst na pushback ang narinig mo?
You know
Or
how where's the pushback?
misconception or fake
On
news that they're
honest,
propagating.
honestly, okay, I have to be honest. Hindi wala masyadong nag-ano sa akin, rehistro sa akin ng isang um negative remark about AI. I suppose that's because people are excited about it. And even if there had been some, um, hesitations or sentiments or even, alam mo yun, negative reactions about it, in general and in my, in my own experience talking to various people, um, hindi naman sila very, very, alam mo yun,
Bearish.
they're not disagreeable with with the thought or with the fact that AI has arrived and AI is here to stay. Um, it's something that we have to we it's the reality that that's there. Of course, ano dyan, the issues that surround AI right now is of course disinformation. So that's something that of course as politicians they are mandated to to promulgate and create laws to help govern and secure AI tools. Ano lang, there had been many initiatives already about that. To make AI more secure and therefore safer for for people. And like katulad ng ginagawa ng DICT ngayon na they recently blocked Grok to be give like give a stern message to X that hey, we don't like what you're doing to our people. Please do something about it.
Okay.
So
Oh,
eventually they
really?
unblocked Grok, diba? So,
Okay.
diba, because it's being used to generate undesirable content that's targeting children and women. So, they try to do something about it. Um, although it's not really a perfect scenario na ano na and I'd like to say then the ICT has a lot of faults about how they're governing AI too. But it's there. We cannot really expect a very perfect and a very 100% working um policy or
Model.
implementation
Yeah.
to help us, but the effort is there, and it's better than nothing, I suppose. So to answer your question, there's nothing na nagrehisa sa akin. Maybe siguro sabihin yung um because everyone wants to do AI. Siguro pinaka-observed na lang sa akin is I don't use AI kasi matanda na ako. And and that's coming from a colleague. That's coming from a colleague who is a lot older than me. So sabi ko na sa sarili ko, okay, good luck. Kasi eventually, if kasi even in our own company, we have our own initiatives to really drive AI adoption for all employees.
Mhm.
But sana
Mhm.
mismo, like out in the open, I'm not using AI. So, alam mo yun, let's see kung ano yung kung how she would catch up. Ay, babae siya, kasi sinabi ko she. Pero yun lang, yun na lang siguro. Yun na lang siguro yung yung masasabi ko. The most absurd thing I've heard is that I don't use AI kasi matanda na ako.
Okay.
Honestly,
Mm.
that's really funny to me because hindi niya lang alam gumagamit na pala siya ng AI. It's just that we don't really call it
Yeah,
AI.
that's true. That's true. Pero siguro yung on her day-to-day process, I think yan yung that's what she meant. She's not using AI on her day-to-day process. I, on the other hand, use it heavily, and I see the benefits. I know, and I become a lot more productive because of it. So, ayun, yun na lang.
That's true. Given
Mm.
give let's say generative or agentic AI, give them the right data and they will
Mm-hmm.
help you. They will be your
Ah.
co-pilots. They will help you
Mm-mm.
improve the efficiency of your work and all that. But
Ah.
at the end of the day, a machine doesn't know what it feels like to ride a crowded jeepney in the rain or the specific
Yes.
grief of the diaspora. It knows, but it knows the statistical probability of the words associated with it. And that's as far
Mm-hmm.
as AI goes as of the moment. Which brings me to my final question for all of you. So, Joel, Juan, Mike, feel free to answer this. If AI is going to fundamentally reshape creativity over the next 20 years, it will force us to adapt and think about how we can utilize it in such a way that improves us as individuals and doesn't let AI drown us. What is
Mm-hmm.
our responsibility right now as Filipinos, artists, as humans? What is our responsibility to preserve our stories? How do you what do you think about that?
Unahin ko na siya para ma-drive ko yung conversation, no? Like, tingin ko unang responsibility natin is for financial stability.
Mm-hmm.
Yun ang unang responsibility natin kasi napaka-uncertain ng mga susunod na buwan. Kahit na yung mga sinasabi
Mm-hmm.
ni Joel na like it's parang napaka-optimistic ng outlook, pero in reality hindi ganun yung nangyayari. Sa US, like nung February, 92,000 jobs were lost. And
Yep.
then
Yeah, I
just
heard that.
a couple of weeks ago, si Jack Dorsey yung gumawa ng Twitter. He
Yeah.
fired
Mm-hmm.
40% of his staff sa block. So he
Mm-hmm.
took the workforce from 10,000 to 6,000 because he's gonna use intelligence tools. So tinanggal niya yung 4,000
Okay.
within one day.
Okay.
Nakita ng corporate America yon. Kita ng corporate
Mm-hmm.
America yon. Kung kaya pala niyang gawin yun, ba't di natin gawin? Right?
Um,
So,
ki-
sige, go. Sige,
sorry.
go.
Can I comment something about that, Harry? Okay. Sa Amerika kasi nangyayari yan because their law allows for it. Here in the Philippines, it's illegal to just, to just fire people and replace them, just like how the Americans
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
We
That
have
would make
laws and
sense.
processes,
Oh,
and also companies will still strive to find ways to retain their people.
they
So
might. Ang counter
they might,
argument
yeah,
dyan is they might not hire anymore. It's it's
yeah,
a no
that's
fire,
true.
no hire policy.
Hmm.
Yun yung mangyayari dyan.
Hmm.
So ang kawawa,
Yes.
yung mga fresh graduates, So what I'm saying is,
Ah,
find financial stability first. Yun ang unahin mo.
yes.
Unahin mo, find
Yes.
financial stability. How do you do that? Mag-ipon ka na ng sweldo mo buwan-buwan. You invest in
Correct.
assets. You
Correct.
invest in assets, you create a company, and then you be creative. Ibig sabihin, kung talagang magaling ka, maglabas ka ng poetry, maglabas ka ng libro, maglabas ka ng artwork. These things will
Mm-hmm.
have value over time. So what I'm trying to say is
Mm-hmm.
find financial stability now, invest in
Mm-hmm.
assets, create your own assets. So,
Mm-hmm.
ganun ko siya. Yun ang responsibility mo. Once you're there, then you can be free. You can work with AI to be creative,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then, magaan ng buhay mo. Magagawa mo kung anong gusto mo. Pero yeah, doon ko siya gustong pumunta. And specifically, kung anong assets tatanungin mo, hindi ko sasagutin yun. Bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Mamaya, ano pa tayo dito, malosot pa tayo
Masisip pa
dito.
yun.
Oo.
Hindi ka namin matutulungan. In short, hindi ka namin matutulungan.
So we heard from Wo. Joel, Nike, Mike, how about you guys? What do you think is our responsibility right now?
I'll go next. No, ako,
Mhm.
tingin ko, yung pag-push na magkaroon, na pag-usapan na natin yung law, yung pagkakaroon ng ethical committee kung paano, or ethical institution that
Okay.
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
ethical standards kung paano gamitin ng AI. Siguro yun ang dapat nating pagtuunan ng pansin sa maagang panahon. I mean, now. No?
Mm-hmm.
Kaya lang, magiging realistic and cynical at the same time. Kasi sa bansa na kagaya ng Pilipinas, and I'd like to throw the question back to you guys and then go around the room. Kung magkakaroon ng ethical committee na magmamanage at na mag-overview ng AI, ano ang mga institution na kasama dito? Na I'm thinking about like a MTRCB, like, di ba, ang MTRCB natin binubuo ng simbahan, binubuo ng educational, someone from the gobyerno at sa edukasyon. Sa tingin ko, ano ang mga profesyon ang dapat bumuo ng ethical committee that would oversee AI?
Hindi ko masasagot siya kasi may blockchain, hindi nila maintindihan yun eh. Ang simple ng blockchain eh, hindi nila magawa ng paraan yun. Ano ba naman, AI pa?
At saka may konti akong hesitation with the idea of governing it or having a institution to control it. May control, I get the idea that you have to control it kasi it's a power na unknown pa eh. Alien pa siya for now eh. So the initial reaction of humans is to control it. Sanction rules, put walls around it para makontrol. It's human nature, natural yun. Pero siguro just to answer nga Chai's question about ano talaga responsibility natin. Siguro as a species pa din eh. We have to look into that first eh. I get Wiwo's point of view na financial. I get that. I get yung point of view ni Mike na somebody has to look oversight ba. So I get that. But as a human, as a person, we should always look into the idea that we are one species lang eh. Human tayo eh. Hindi tayo hayop, hindi tayo dahon. We are human. We are species.
Joke lang.
So, if we can like figure it out na kung anong species tayo, then ang progression will be unilateral ba? Like unanimous na yung direction na pupuntahan natin eh. And with AI, supported and assisted by AI, kung isa lang yung decision mo, mas magiging mabilis yung result, right? Kung isa lang yung direction mo, mas mabilis yung magiging result, right? So, if ever we do have a responsibility, let's start with that. For me lang, let's look at ourselves as one species lang para ma-figure out natin saan ba talaga tayo papunta. Kasi if we're talking about AI, ang issue niyan is power. Chai, you brought up the idea of water. Jobs being replaced. So, things like that. If in the first place, alam nyo na agad yung direction nyo as a human, as a species nga, as one species. Ang kailangan lang naman natin ay kumain. Ang kailangan natin ay shelter. Ang kailangan natin is proper nutrition. If ma-figure out natin kung ano talaga yung needs, not just wants, use AI to get to that, I think that's our responsibility lang. Or I'm
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
vague and I'm very idiotic about AI.
Yeah,
So,
naintindihan kita,
di ko,
Sandro.
uh,
100%. That's in an ideal world, that's how it should be.
uh-huh,
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
an
uh-huh,
ideal
uh-huh.
world, that's how it should be. Yeah.
But you know,
Unfortunately, we're not there.
I'll let my digital twin work on that.
Copilot.
okay.
Yeah.
So
The-
we've heard from Wo, we've heard from Mike, we've also heard from Nike. Joel, what do you think is our responsibility to preserve our stories?
okay. Stories as, stories of humanity. I
Mhm.
suppose that's your question, no? Okay. But before I answer that, no, gusto ko muna mag-circle back dun sa naging comment ni Henry. Like, tama ka. You really have, you have to start saving, saving up on your future, buy assets. Pero there's a catch to that, ha. Remember back in 2021 to around 2020 to 2021, there's a hype, a very huge hype na sobrang nag-inflated that today nawala na siya ng value. Do you still
NFT,
remember what that hype is? NFTs.
NFT. Yeah,
Exactly.
matik yan.
Exactly. 'Di ba? So, but it, a lot of creatives dived into that. Like they're starting to sell their NFT versions of their creative work. And for a while, so lumaki sila. I mean, naging valuable sila, but it was all fueled by
Hype.
financial speculation.
Yeah, hype. Yep.
And nawalan siya ng utility eh. It has people have started to to see that it's really a useless thing. So today NFTs have very very little to zero value, and that's it's a lesson that we have to learn, especially with with hypes. AI is still hyping around. No,
Mhm.
so um, really it's all about um having that critical thought of where to invest really. And there's still no better, way to invest on uh when there's no better way to invest than investing on real and tangible assets, at least for me. Now, to answer your question, Chai, about what responsibility do we have to preserve our stories? I'm going to speak by myself now, and this might run antithetical to your mission as Articulates Anonymous. Um, well, uh, for me, our responsibility is not to chase permanence. I understand that that one of your core missions is to put creative work out there in the blockchain, mainly to to preserve for a lot longer and for for more humans to be able to to see them. No, but I'm just speaking in a very stoic way. Nothing in the world is permanent. Nothing is
Agree.
eternal, and you
100%.
have to and come to think of it, there are so many people throughout history, billions of people whose stories have already been lost in history. It's just a simple natural order of things, eh? So why do I, well, this is of course a very in theory it's a very good way to preserve uh um our human stories in the blockchain. I suppose because there are certain use cases for it, like um, for copyright reasons, and probably to eventually monetize about it. But again, it all goes back to utility kasi. What's the utilitarian value of AI? That's what creatives need to understand. But going back to to my question, ako as a creative, I do not intend to really like to write to immortalize myself. I write because I want to assert my humanity at the moment. I keep writing um a lot of times messy things, but at the same time very deeply personal. and I write for the now. And we create art, we create uh, literary work because, you know, creation itself is the purpose. Eh. The act of creating work is the purpose for me. And
So
AI
beautiful.
is
Yeah.
just, AI is just, um, and then again, in the grand scheme of things, it's just a temporary footnote in human history.
Mhm.
We, on the other hand, we just have to be undeniably human while we can.
That's
You know,
beautiful. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Solid, solid.
think
That's
Yeah.
the
Mm-hmm.
responsibility. You just have to be human. If you have a
Mm-hmm.
responsibility, just be you. At the end of the day, just do you. Keep on
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
Yeah.
you lang.
Mm.
no, it's a good thing that we ended with Joel because I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
AI can generate the words, and we it's a big thing right now. It's the hype right now, but it's I like how you said that it's just a footnote. But it can never generate the soul. It can never become human. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think just to also clarify what AA is about is really just immortalizing the human experience, not necessarily just through the blockchain. It's really like what you said, it's about creating.
Mm-hmm.
The mere fact that we are creating, we are writing, we are recording our human experiences is the
Mm-hmm.
whole purpose of why we're here. So, it's up to us to make sure that the human experience is recorded just so people can see that, okay, sure, AI is here, a lot of things are coming up, but this will remain the way it is. I mean, creation, humanity will always be humanity. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is us. Um, and this is what we want to deliver, at least the message that we are immortalizing the human experience poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, through poetry, through art. So, a lot can still be said about this topic, and it's a very interesting
Yeah,
episode. Thank you so much, Joel, for
sobra.
Yep.
Thank you.
contributing your insights, giving your time for us today. On that note, we are reaching the end of this episode. Is there anything else that you'd like to leave us with? Anything specific that you'd like to maybe also plug if you have any other events coming up? So,
Since I'm part of the well, not really a member, but I'm a huge supporter now of the South Spoken Collective. I invite everyone to join us on our upcoming side show this coming March 21st. We are venturing out of Metro Manila and we'll be having our very first event outside in Santa Rosa, Laguna. On Saturday, March 21st. I may perform with some of my new and old poetry. So hope to see you guys there. This is where I'm starting to really venture out because again I've been doing poetry and short stories for quite some time, but I thanks to my friends at TSSC who gave me this space, especially here in the South. They're the most visible group right now here, and I'm very proud to to take part of the events that are being organized by TSSC. So let's support our local talents here in the South. So yeah, Saturday, March 21st at Santa Rosa, Laguna. Voices After Dark.
Perfect.
thank you so much, Joel. And also a big thank you to Vivo, Nike, and Mike. And then to our listeners, thank you so much for hanging out with us for episode 3 of Wordplay Wednesdays. If you believe in preserving Filipino artistry, share this episode, follow AA and the South Spoken Collective, and keep writing your truth and submit them to bit.ly/submit AA. AA, capital letters, nandyan, isusulat na lang namin dyan. Stay articulate, stay anonymous. We'll see you next week.
Let's
Joel,
go.
thank you
Thank
so
you. Thank
much.
you.
That was a
Thank
great
you.
Maraming
Thank
salamat.
you.
conversation.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
Maraming
for
salamat.
Solid